My dear students, this is Delta Educational Channel. You are watching a learning video for grade 5. It's prepared by the English department at Delta Schools. So follow up please. Our lesson today is about the second conditional if. I want you to know why we use this type of conditional sentences. When we talk about unreal, impossible, present, future events, or when we give an advice to someone. We use if as a conjunction to join two sentences. The first sentence begins with if plus subject plus past simple tense. And you must remember that the past simple tense is the second form of the verb by adding ed, did to the verb like walk, walked, or it is an irregular verb like go becomes went. The second sentence begins with a subject plus would or wouldn't plus infinitive verb. Here is some examples. If I had money, I would travel around the world. This is unreal event because I don't have money now. Another example, if I were you, I would buy a new car. This is an advice. I advise you to buy a new car. You should buy a new car. How to make this sentence? I say to you, if I were you, I would buy a new car. What about if in the middle of the sentence? First sentence becomes like this, subject, would or wouldn't, plus infinitive verb. The second sentence, if plus subject plus past simple tense. Examples, I would feed my cat if I had one. She would walk her dog if she had one. Okay, please now turn to your Soberland sheet, page 30. Exercise number 1. Underline the correct word or words between brackets. Number 1. She wouldn't, won't, doesn't, didn't be fat if she didn't eat so much. How can I choose the correct answer? Please, where is if? If is in the middle. So the past comes after it. Didn't eat. What can I choose now? You must choose would or wouldn't plus the infinitive verb. Yes, very good. Wouldn't. Number 2. If I have, has, had, having an extra sandwich, I would give you one. The second sentence, we have would plus the infinitive verb give. So the first sentence must be if, subject, and the past simple. Where is the past simple? Had. Excellent. Number 3. If I were, was, am, have you, I would exercise daily. What I choose here? Where. Very good. Why? As I said before, when you advise someone to do something, you use this expression. If I were you, I would or I wouldn't plus infinitive verb. Number 4. If there were no oil in the engine, the car, yes, will break, would break, broke, breaks down. What will you choose? Would break. Excellent. Number 5. If you gets, got, getting a part-time job, you would pay your debts. Got. Very good. If I were you, I will, would, can, have, ask my teacher for advice. Would. Excellent. Number 7, if the mechanic repairs, repaired, repairing my dad's car, we would go for a drive. What you choose? Repaired. Very good. If I visited Edinburgh, I can, will, would, may go on a ghost tour. What you choose? Would. Well done. Number 9. If I lived, live, living, lives near a train station, I wouldn't need a car. Lived. Good. Number 10. If I were you, I would. What can I get after would? The infinitive. Yes, serve. Good. Number 11. If I has, have, had, having a toothache, I would go to the dentist. What you choose? Excellent. Had. Now, before I move to the second exercise, I want you to know some important notes when we use if in rewrite question. First note about how to use if instead of because and so. I must follow these steps. Make sure that the two sentences are in the present simple tense to use the second conditional if. Change the positive sentence into negative. Change the negative sentence into positive. Number 4, delete because and change the order of the sentence. Example, she can't go on a trip with us because she doesn't have a bike. Use if. What can I do here? Follow the 4 steps. Number 1, make sure the two sentences are in the present. Can't go, present. Doesn't have, present. Okay. Number 2, I must change the positive sentence into negative. Or number 3, change negative into positive. Can't go must be positive. Doesn't have must be positive. Number 4, I delete because and change the order of the sentence. Like this. If I had a bike, she would go on a trip with us. What about so? I must follow the 3 steps above and then delete so, but don't change the order of the sentence. For example, my dad can't speak English, so he can't go to England. Use if. Make sure the two sentences are in the present. Can't speak present, can't go present. Number 2, I change the positive or the negative into positive or negative. Number 3, I delete so and don't change the order. Like this. If my dad spoke English, he would go to England. What about the note number 2? Should and shouldn't. If I wanted to use if instead of should or shouldn't, I must follow this rule. Delete should or shouldn't and begin the sentence like this. If I were you, I would or I wouldn't plus infinitive verb. And remember, we use would instead of should and we use wouldn't instead of shouldn't. For example, you should study hard. Use if. If I were you, I would study hard. Another example, you shouldn't come to school late. If I were you, I wouldn't come to school late. Another solution, if I were you, I would come to school early. Both solutions are right. Now, move to your page 30, exercise number 2. Rewrite the following sentences using the words in brackets like this. I can't bake a cake because I don't have flour. Use if. Think for a moment and remember, how can we use if instead of because? Very good. If I had flour, I would bake a cake. What about number 2? Salma may not go to the party because she doesn't have an invitation. Apply the 4 steps. Yes, very good. If Salma had an invitation, she would go to the party. Number 3, she can't travel by train because she doesn't have a ticket. Yes, if she had a ticket, she would travel by train. What about number 4? I will give you a minute to think about the answer. We can't take part in the tennis competition because we don't practice daily. Think. Alright? If we practiced daily, we would take part in the tennis competition. Number 5. Use if instead of should or shouldn't. You shouldn't pollute the air. I will do this. If I were you, remember, if I were you, I wouldn't pollute the air. Number 6. You should go to bed early. If I were you, I would go to bed early. Number 7. You should check your teeth regularly. Use if. If I were you, I would check my teeth regularly. Number 8. Ali doesn't feel well, so he can't come to school today. Yes. Here we have so. Remember the 3 steps and the step 4 so. Don't change the order. If Ali felt well, he would come to school today. Number 9. I don't have her number, so I can't call her. Yes. If I had her number, I would call her. Yes. By the end of today's lesson, I advise you to replay the video and answer the questions by yourselves once more. Bye bye and see you soon.